Hey folks, we are in the Pratte Pack gym, preparing for tomorrow morning and Rock Pratte Sunday. Yeah, a lot goes into, performing radio on a daily basis. Something just trending moments ago, and I just saw it on the smartphone from CNN, truly one of my favorites, has passed away at the age of 84. Not just because of his comedic genius, long ahead of some of the greatest stand-up comedians of this century, but because of what he stood for. Much more than carving out an incredible career in entertainment, he could do it all. Stand-up was his expertise, and many came after him, but he was the one that blazed the trail. Dick Gregory. How many times I would watch him on that late-night talk circuit as a young child and just belly laugh, because he talked about life and he talked about things that he dealt with. But what he really talked about was civil rights, and there were many times that he truly did everything that he could, even go on hunger strikes to prove his point. And at all times in his career, when many were flourishing as far as capitalism, Dick Gregory always took a pass because he believed the right road was to talk about his belief, what needed to be done with civil rights. And of course, the headlines of late continue to show that we are struggling in this country when it comes to that topic. We have lost truly a torch, a burning flame that burned brighter than anyone when it came to his passion and belief, trying to let the world know that there was a lot of work to be done. And every time I had a chance to see him perform, I would laugh, but I would always realize it was kind of my obligation to kind of take that torch and make sure that my children understood the difficulties that those of color came through in this country, and where we were today, and why so much more needs to be done. And I have said many times on my radio show and television shows, and of course with my video blogs, I only see one color when it comes to human beings, and that is the color that runs the blood through our veins, red. We are all created as one. I believe we are equal too. But no one equaled, I believe, the true talent of Dick Gregory. And I think if you talk to any of the comedians who were, making the circuit during the 60s, the 70s, and even today, there is a connection somewhere to Dick Gregory. And long before pay-per-view television and the big opportunity that many of these comedians get to use that stage or the small screen, meaning television, to catapult them into an incredible movie career and have the ability to sell out stadiums, Dick Gregory just stayed the course. He did what he had to do to feed the family. He was a working man's comedian, but what he always did, he helped his fellow man and human being, understand why it was important for all of us to stand side by side and walk through this journey in life equal. I will miss Dick Gregory. I think of him often. He was not only an incredible individual when it came to entertainment, but because of what he went through with his life, he also became a very knowledgeable nutritionist too. And he was a guy who liked to get out and pound the pavement and run. He was an exercise enthusiast. He was an incredible author. And even at times, he found himself in front of the camera doing movie roles, which he was really good at. And I've often said the great thing about comedians is they can make us laugh, but many of them are truly dramatic actors. The only problem is, because they are looked upon as someone who makes us laugh and is good for a joke or two, they never get the opportunity. But he's one guy that I think would have been incredible if he ever got that opportunity. But you see, the biggest part and the biggest stage that he performed on every day was the stage for human rights and civil rights. And as far as I'm concerned, there isn't an award anywhere that could be given to what he accomplished, because it truly was bigger than life on the biggest stage of them all. Dick Gregory has passed away at the age of 84. Another part of my childhood and my journey is gone, but we will continue to remember what he stood for, and we will continue to laugh when we have a chance to see and reminisce about his really incredible talent. Coming up tomorrow in the first hour of my program, Rock Pratte Sunday, we will look back at the life of Dick Gregory, and we will remember fondly his talent, but also clearly his message. Remember, shoulder to shoulder, side by side, one step at a time, all created equal, And we need to think that as we make our way through what sometimes can be a very unstabling and hurtful, but it's the journey that we're all given. So we need, in Dick Gregory's memory, to make the most of it. Good night from the Pratte Pack Gym. And thank you, Mr. Gregory, because whether you believe it or not, you've made us all better human beings.